Good morning, guys. It's early. Come out for a breakfast with Brian.
Hi guys.
We're gonna eat this and then set off and head on home. This is my breakfast. And some tea and juice. And then I'll be on my way in a couple minutes. What's up, guys? How's it going? Back home again. My trusty vehicle got me back here safely. It was a bit longer than normal because some traffic jams and things like that. Normally it takes about 2.5 hours to get down there and back again. Same, but it's a work day. I thought of leaving really early, but I didn't feel like leaving early. I thought, but didn't. And then Brian says to me, hey, let's go have some breakfast. English breakfast. I said, let's go. So I waited an extra hour. We went to eat, enjoyed, and then I set off back. It was funny on the road. It was a bit like Wacky Races. Remember the cartoon? It was funny. A tire, you know, trucks use remold tires, so the rubber popped off and there was little chunks of rubber everywhere. Little chunks, like the size of a frying pan with the edges curled up. But you're driving down the road, you got the racers who want to overtake when there's nowhere to, 4-lane highway, jam-packed, can't go anywhere, but they're pushing and shoving trying to get past one car instead of just cruising along and taking it easy. So they're fun to watch too. So it's like Wacky Races, you know, you're watching everybody, you gotta have eyes in the back of your head. If you want to test your driving skills, come on over. You can have fun here, guaranteed. So, what's happening? Well, I had a good time. I went down and helped Brian. He said he had this project. Actually, it was a different project, but he changed course and we went and did that one. And it was fun. I like to work. I like to do physical things. And to have a laugh with somebody at the same time is good fun, you know, teasing each other. We were both in the green clothes, so we there's like barter, you know, that back and forth, and just joking with each other is funny. You know, I can do most things, and Brian can too, so we just enjoyed. Went to eat some food and have a laugh, and time to come back. So, thank you, Brian. So what's happening now? Well. I got a friend of mine has an auntie who's in hospital with the big C. And she's not doing good at all. She said she was feeling pretty good. Her mind is sharp as a razor blade, but her body's failing her. Now, when I hear about stuff like this, I get really upset. And I don't mean just upset with somebody for a particular reason. I get upset because of the process that we go through in this manipulated environment we live in. So I can't talk about things I'd like to talk about because somebody's watching and somebody's listening all the time, even here. So I want to just talk about the little bit of information I understand, and you don't need to be a doctor in anatomy and physiology to understand all this. You know, so what is the cancer? You know, a blood cell lasts 28 days, right? So it splits into a new one, and then lasts for 28 days. And how does it know to leave at the end of 28 days? Well, there's a thing called apoptosis, and that's when the brain of the cell says enough, and it dies, and then it goes through the blood system and is cleaned out by the liver and kidneys, right? Or could be even go to the stool, but it's cleaned out as waste. So what is cancer? Cancer is a cell, starts from a cell, a group of cells that loses its way because of it doesn't know about, or the messages get confused and doesn't know about apoptosis. Okay, you can read this for yourself. Don't take me. I'm not a doctor, and so I'm just giving friendly advice, okay? So from what I remember, I haven't studied this for years and years and years, but I just keep the information that I need, okay? So blood cells 28 days, if I remember right. Nerve cells 7 years. So that's why if you get a cut and damage a nerve, you could have like tingly or an area of skin with no sensation because of, the nerve cell takes that long to regenerate. So different cells around the body have different life cycles, okay? But apoptosis is what tells them to end their life, okay? And then a new one comes, so you get that regeneration. But cancer is the splitting and multiplying of cells that don't know when to die. So they produce a mass, and they have their own arteries, capillaries, and veins. And they have their own life. They take nutrition. They love sugar. So how is one way to get rid of this? Stop eating sweet things. Don't put sugar in your tea or coffee. You can starve it. So get rid of all sugars, especially artificial sugars. The other thing is to eat healthy. I mean, fruits have sugars, but eat it. Try to stay away from maybe like mango. It's high in sugars, fructose sugars, remember, not chemical sugars. So, but maybe something low on the glycemic index, which is for diabetics. So but fruits, veggies, and have a think of this for a second. When you parents come together and the seed meets the egg, right? Or sorry, okay, we'll just leave it like that. Right? I don't need to correct you. You understand what I'm talking about. When the two meet and they start multiplying, they turn into a mass, and after 9 months, they turn into a human being, right? Male or female. But what does your mother eat, right? Most women will try to correct their diet a little bit. A mother who's concerned about their offspring will try to eat fruits, veggies, and eat well, eat healthy, right? Try to stop to eat junk and things like that. They might have cravings for pickles or something, but generally it's hopefully it's good food, so that mom can eat well and the offspring can feed from mom. But mom has to consume something to feed herself and the baby, right? So if you think you go back 50 years before junk processed foods, what did we eat? We ate fruits and vegetables, rice if you're in Asia, or potatoes if you're in the eastern northern countries. So, but you need to eat good food, high quality foods. If you give your body high quality foods, you don't buy a Ferrari and put 2-stroke oil in it, or you don't put in benzene in it, the lowest on the octane scale. A Ferrari needs higher octane fuel, better quality fuel. Okay, so I can't talk freely here because people are listening, and I've had it before. So there are things that can help. You can soap or sour soap, how you want to pronounce it, the fruit, and sour soap tea. There's many other things. There's also apricot seeds. A lot of people think apricot seeds are poisonous. Guess what? They're not, because I eat them. I had a friend send me a big bag of them, and I eat maybe 1 or 2 or 6 for a couple of days, and I stop and I keep eating them. Why? Because they're like a peanut, like a nut to eat, and they have without getting into the chemistry of it, I read it a long time ago, but I don't remember all of it. But there's compounds inside of the apricot seed that helps to dissolve the outside membrane of a C cell, and allows your immune system to see it and attack it and get rid of it. But there's many other things. Marijuana is one of the best ones. Now I wonder why marijuana is illegal. I have no idea. Do you? I just wonder why. Why would somebody want to make marijuana illegal? It comes from a plant. It makes people feel good. It lowers pain. It has many things it does. It helps with epilepsy. Oh, but let's ban it. But there is a drug that can equivalent that will do the same job. Oh, surprise, surprise. And I'll be very surprised if this doesn't get banned. But I'm going to say it anyway. And what's bothering me is my friend's auntie is in hospital, and they thought she was going to leave last night, but she's still here today. But if all this stuff was common knowledge and everybody talked about it and wasn't fearful. You know, I read a book. I told you about this many times. I read a book many years ago. It's long title, What Your Doctor Doesn't Know About Nutrition May Be Killing You. Look for it. And I read it. Very, very interesting. The doctor who wrote the book was a skeptic of nutrition until he was proven wrong and went back to school and studied nutrition. Surprise, surprise. His wife had an immune system problem. She was in bed for 6 months, couldn't get out until he let her friend take care of her. She took care of her 6 more months and she's back out of bed taking care of her horses. Surprise, surprise with nutrition. So what upsets me is that she's in there in the first place, and you know, this lady has a daughter. Her daughter is a teacher, and she could be here tomorrow, next week, in 6 years. She's not old, but nobody talks about this stuff. Nobody shares the information. You know, I try to share it, but I don't speak Thai, and I can't go to, I'm not going to go around their house knocking on the door saying, try this, try that. Anyway, and you know, people, whether they try or they don't try, that's up to them. But the information's out there. And if we ever become a loving, caring, compassionate world and society where governments don't tell us stories and tell us the truth and give us what we need and stop hiding things and lying to us, we could all be happy and live ever happily ever after. No more wars or lying manipulating governments, rumors of wars and wars and wars. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about peace, love, and kindness. So, I dropped a few seeds, a little bit of information. Please pick up on it, do your research, and learn something so you can share it with yourself, your family, and friends. Why do I do these things? Because inside of me is a guy who realizes that what is life about? If we don't have love and compassion, we have nothing. We have nothing if we can't love each other and love our neighbor. Maybe your neighbor's a nutcase and really upsets you, but neighbor also means the guy down the street, the person who lives on the other side of your town. I think this is what I think, right? This is 2019. So this world's been around a long time. That's 2019 in Christian or Gregorian or whatever it's called calendar, but a Buddha calendar is 2562. About this. So think about this. If we can't get our crap together in 2,000 years, will we ever get it together? Am I angry? No. I'm very happy. The good thing is I have peace, joy, and kindness in my heart, and I feel comfortable. I would just like to see our world be a better place. You know, I'm 62. If I last to 100, you know, I always used to tease everybody. I said, I'm going to be 100 and healthy and strong. So I've still got 38 years left. But I would like to leave this planet thinking it's a little bit better. Maybe that's a naive thought, but I'm not stopping. I still believe. And if this platform can be the tool I use to reach millions of people, so be it. And it'll happen when it's ready. Okay? So just wanted to say I'm back safe, had a good time. Thank you for all your lovely comments. I had somebody say to me the other day, I love your ending when you say good night. And they start saying it back to me now. Love it. So I'll sign off and go have something to eat. Good night. Buckets and rivers of blessings. Peace, joy, and kindness. Look after yourselves, guys. Share the good news. Let's make this world a better place for our children and their children's children. Good night. All the best, my friends.